One of the best parts about trade shows is the rolling out of new equipment. Here at Reefapalooza, Neptune Systems, the maker of the Neptune Systems Apex, has brought out their Skylight, the moment everyone's been waiting for. Terence, take it away.
Well, I tell you what, it's keeping this quiet has been tough.
I've had it for 4 months and haven't been able to say a word.
I know, all you guys have been really good about that. We wanted it to be, a reveal, right? Obviously people known the name for a while because of the leak on one thing. One little picture got out, right? But got that kind of tamped down. but actually seeing the thing in the flesh, we wanted that to be really, really kind of an exciting moment. And I'm really happy that we're here now. We're here at this show and able to be out again and be at a reef show. It's great.
So, LEDs, there's a lot of them out there. They come and go. You're a company that's been around for a while. Now you're breaking into the light. Why is your light different than other LEDs out there?
So, to begin with, it's not like we just thought about this yesterday. We've been thinking about doing a light for many, 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 many years, right? But we're all reef keepers, as you know. Everybody in our front office of our company all keeps reefs. So, a nice, coral reefs is really important to us. SPS coral and all of this. In looking to the kind of the corollary, which was the Earth and how the Earth is lit. That's why we gave it the name Sky, because we designed a light that we think kind of helps emulate that, right? Okay. By that I mean, the example I give to people is you're a scuba diver, right?
Yeah.
And so am I.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been out morning dive, right? It's beautiful. The sun's coming up. It's not all dark everywhere and the sun's clear over there because the whole sky is now being illuminated and becoming part of a filter for that light, right? And during midday, you get the direct light, but you also get all that diffused light as well. Mm-hmm. And so that was our goal in building the light, was to create, this direct light and have that diffused light. And it's really what sets it apart from everything else. You either get diffused light or you get this direct light, these direct cones of light, but nothing kind of in between.
Right.
So that's where it came from.
So you have light with a lot of LEDs spread out in the panel design.
Yes.
And we have a diffuser over it.
Absolutely. So it's a little bit more than just a diffuser. What makes that different is there's a light, basically diffusion panel, but it's not a diffuser. It's a redirection panel of light, right? Okay. And you've seen those side lit panels for acrylic, for signs and things like that?
Yep.
It actually shoots the light into that panel and it bounces around inside together, all the colors. So when they all exit already in one homogeneous color.
Okay.
And then the light that goes through the little holes, that's kind of like the sun. And so you have the bright beam of light and you have all the diffused light all at the same time. And then it goes through the diffusion panel. And then you get the diffused light. We have this thing called a point of originating light, right? So that point of originating light, the bigger you can make that, the less shadows you have, that's why everybody adds all of these other things to their other lights, right? The T5s, hybrids, all of this.
Sure.
Is to get that light origination spread out. So we settled on a rectangular size too, on purpose, that was just right to get just enough LEDs spread out and get that evenness that you want to get over the tank. So the question if you have a diffusion panel on it, can you drive down into the reef? Absolutely. I have a 32-inch deep reef. I've got my lights about 10 or 11 inches off the tank, or off the water. I'm getting like 250 par down on the sand.
Which is more than enough, by the way.
It's way more than enough. And people come over to my house and they're like, oh, you've got colonies on the sand. I'm like, oh yeah, those are like the accident frags that just happen to fall off.
And then they grow.
And so it's like, okay, yeah, absolutely.
So this is controls with an apex. What about if we don't have an apex?
Absolutely. So a lot of our newer products, right? So like the Core, right? The ATK, those products all work standalone. And we know that there's a lot of people out there, they've made a choice to not run the Apex, or maybe they run some other system, and that's fine. So yeah, you can run it standalone over Bluetooth, or you can run it connected to the Apex. But I will say, when you connect it to the Apex, you know already, because you're on NSI, it's quick, you're up and running, and those lights are going like lickety-split.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
Now, is the Bluetooth connection, is that through another app or is that through Apex Fusion?
So the Apex Fusion app is kind of dual purpose. So if you don't have the Apex itself, that same app runs the lights. If you add the Apex later, it'll be in the same app.
And then it's an easy switch, carrying your programming over?
Absolutely, all of it you can get over there.
Terence, one thing that every aquarist deal with was once they've chosen their light, how are they going to mount their light over the tank? But you have a unique solution to this.
Absolutely, and right now we don't have a fixed mounting solution for the Sky as of yet. We do have third parties like Adaptive Reef who are coming up with one. It's the one we have over this tank, and they will be selling it. But we also have another solution you got to see.
All right, let's go look.
All right.
Terence, I've seen this.
Yeah. So one of the things that was really important to us is you want to have a good mount, but you also want to have a good light. And a good light is better first than a good mount. And we wanted to get the light out there.
Okay.
So we don't have a fixed mount yet. And when we looked at how we were going to set up our bolt pattern on the light, we thought, you know what, rather than come up with something completely new and make it so people have to change out everything they have, why not use something that already exists? And so we took the inspiration from the Ecotech Radion light and made the bolt pattern identical to that.
So if you have a Radion, you take it off and put this right on, bolts right up.
Bolts right up. Don't have to take it off your tank or anything, just bolt it right up.
And you have a suspension kit if you want to go that route.
That's true. We also have a wire suspension kit. It's really cool. It's not that much money. It's $35. But what's really neat about it is it's black.
It's black. So it's not silver which stands out and ruins the look.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yep.
Terence, I've had skies over my tank for 4 months now. Now I can actually say it.
Yeah.
They haven't disappointed. I'm excited to see what other control freaks out there get done with them.
And I'm excited to see you tell everybody about them on your channel.
Now I got to go back to work.
Yep, exactly.